that might be over the course of the season one of our best defensive halves that you could possibly play against a team that scores like that. I think it was 32 points in the second half. And, we talked with our players too, not everything's going right. Tosh is frustrated, not making shots in the first half. And, I told her that's why there's two halves, you got a chance to right the ship. Elena Deladon was tired, didn't have it as far as her legs today. Just, she's played a lot of minutes lately. And yet for all of that, she's a plus 23. She has the biggest plus minus on the court because she facilitated everybody else tonight. She saw all the double teams. She found people. She had 11 rebounds, 5 assists, and Myisha gets wide open threes because they put so much attention on Elena, and she's unselfish and doesn't force and gives it up. And I thought she could have got to the free throw line a couple more times on some of those. But we're starting to get a feel for what full team basketball is like when you play against teams that take certain things away from you. So did I answer a couple questions that way?
A couple. I'm still going to go down that road a little bit, though. What's to say about the team as a whole that you can still not have Elena have an off shooting night, not need her points in that way, and still be able to kind of win against.
Yeah, I mean that's what team is, and that's what a great player can do just by being on the court too. And then the other thing that that goes along with that is that as we've gone along, we've talked about it, for a couple of weeks now, is that our bench keeps getting better, and we got, I don't know what the final was, 25 points from our bench or 20, whatever it was. And they were key stuff. I mean, Rui gave us huge minutes tonight. Our two post players, and I know Elizabeth didn't play a lot of minutes, but she came in and had an effect on the game as soon as she came in. Shakira had a terrific game tonight. And to hold a team like that to 22 points in the paint is huge for us.
How did Shakira battle tonight? It seemed like a little bit rough start, but then she really got going. Yeah,
she scored at the start. She missed a couple free throws, but she had to take more minutes on Asia Wilson than we probably planned, but she used her length to good effect for most of the game. I thought that she did a good job of cleaning up all the stuff on the inside. They didn't get very many second shots. I don't know. I think they had 3 offensive rebounds, something like that. You're talking about a really good rebounding team, and we did our job in that area. Excuse me.
So Elena just likes her back.
Just 3 games in 4 days. Her back was fine. It's just she just felt like she didn't have the same lift to everything today. And she did. And what she basically told me is that I'll have it in the fourth quarter. And she did. Big plays. She got big rebound. Get 11 rebounds and probably 4 of them I can remember in the last few minutes of the game. We got 7 or 8 stops in a row in the middle of the fourth quarter. That's sensational defense.
And then you mentioned Myisha briefly. It seems like whenever she plays well, you guys mentioned that she's being decisive, and conversely when she's not playing well. So how do you evaluate her decisiveness?
I thought it was much better. She took people off the dribble that she felt like she could beat. And then she, when they came to double her, just like Elena, she found some people too. She's probably the only minus on the team, and yet didn't ever feel like that when she was in the game, other than maybe in the first quarter. She struggled early in the game, just like Tosh. We had several people not play well in the first quarter, and that was our only really bad quarter. And then after that, we just kept getting better.
And then just Ariel, we haven't mentioned yet, which seems a little bit odd. But just, how do you look at what she did, kind of getting through that ankle and coming up with some big plays, the charge that she drew?
Yeah, those kind of things, that's why she gets so much, justifiable accolades for being on the all defense team, because she comes up with plays like that. She'll get a deflection, she'll take a charge, and when you take a charge against some of their players, you're taking a physical charge. They got strong people going to the basket. You take it on Asia Wilson and Chelsea Gray and Hamby and those guys, you got to be willing to let your body be run over. We're doing that.
Were you happy with how you influenced their shot selection?
Yes, very much so. I think that's, what we're about. I don't think we did a good job on Chelsea Gray for a stretch, but down the stretch we did, and we changed our matchups, put a little more size on her. We put Alicia Clark on her down the stretch so that she couldn't get that easy turnaround over smaller players. And that's, an adjustment we saved for the fourth quarter.
Coach, again, you hold the team under the magic number under 75.
Yeah.
Just what does that say about the team?
I mean, I guess it's consistent defensively, and I think, we did it by holding them to 34 or 5% in the second half. I mean, you can't ask for much more against a team, averaging 90 points a game.
You have championship aspirations. The team says it. You sweep the Las Vegas Aces. How important is that? Just confidence building going forward.
I mean, I think every time you beat a good team that can compete for a championship, that helps your confidence. I think, over the last couple of weeks, we've strung together some pretty good wins. We still have a few more in front of us, but, it helps. I mean, that's a team, just like Seattle the other day, and we'll see with Chicago, teams you could face in the playoffs. So especially if you get to the second round. So we'll see.
And then lastly, we always talk about it. Roy Machida, aggressive with the 3-point shot today.
Yeah, she was. I mean, she's been, I think, being very aggressive for the last several weeks. And, I told her every time you get the ball and you get a chance to push the tempo, go hard. I mean, that got her a layup at the end of the, the quarter in the first half. That was a huge play.
Appreciate you.
Coach, what was the shift after that first quarter? Was it a conversation in the huddle or just?
I just thought we took some tough shots. I thought we were settling a little bit. Our defense wasn't awful in the first quarter, but it wasn't great. And I just thought that, we could get better shots. We adjusted a little bit more to the double teams on Elena and their mixing of their zone and their man. And then we just kind of locked down a little bit better defensively on the paint. I thought we left them some gaps in the first quarter where they had some driving lanes, and we closed that down and made them have to take some tougher shots.
And last thing for me, back to the sweep for a moment. What is it about this team that matches up so well, you think, against the Aces?
We have defenders at every position. And, I think that we have similar styles. And we know, we face some of that in our own practices every day. And so we're used to playing against some of that. Some of our offenses are the same. So that helps.
Has any part of your coaching changed because you're winning games with defensive end now, this year more than ever, especially this game? Did any of your emphasis change?
I don't know if it's changed. I think you just kind of adapt when you adapt as a coach to the strengths of your team. We've had teams that were better offensively than defensively. And we have all known that, for most of the season, the defense has been ahead of the offense. Now the offense is starting to catch up a little bit. So I'll probably be a lot happier coach if that balances out for us. But I'll still take the defensive consistency every night.
All right, Coach, we'll head to Zoom. We'll start with Nathan.
Hey, Coach, good win tonight.
Thank you.
The bench outscored the Aces 22-5. Is 20 or more points the magic number for the bench?
I don't have a magic number. I just like the fact that we outscored them. I mean, when you play Las Vegas, a lot of times their bench isn't going to score a lot anyway. They rely on their starters for a lot. I thought that one of the keys for us that we talked about is when Rakana Williams checks in the game, that don't let her get started early. And I thought we pressured her and made her take some tough shots, and they really didn't come back to her much in the second half. And our bench, is used to playing a lot more minutes. I mean, they play. I mean, Shatori and Myisha and Rui and Elizabeth, they know they're going to play every night. And they know that we count on them. And I think that helps a player's confidence.
Appreciate you, Coach. Thank you.
Yep.
We'll go to Josh.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Vegas is number one in the league in points per possession off of a missed field goal, and they're the fastest team in the league, and you guys held them to 0 points in fast break. How are you guys able to neutralize such a integral part of their offense?
Run like hell getting back. I mean, literally the very first thing on our scouting report and the first thing that was on the board is sprint back and transition, get matched. It doesn't even matter if it's yours, just get matched so that there's no gaps to get to the rim. And that's the best way to do it. it limits a little bit, we talked about this before the game, it limits a little bit some of our offensive rebounding, but against a team like that, I'll give up some offensive rebounds to make sure they don't get those layups in transition.
Thank you, Coach.
Last question to Rafiq.
This is Ralph Frequent, nothing but that sports talk. Natasha Howard managed to have 16 points and 9 assists, but the only flaw, she only made like 2 3-pointers. What are your thoughts on the overall performance of Natasha Howard in tonight's game?
I thought Natasha was frustrated early because she missed some shots she thought she should have made. Talked to her at halftime and said, just relax. We'll come back and we'll get stuff going for you. Get a little better angle maybe. And, she bounced right back. And, to do all that and still get, to score like that, but get her 9 assists. I mean, what she's become is a very consistent player. And that's all you ask as a coach is that, play to your strengths and be consistent. And she made a couple big turnaround shots in the lane when they kind of took away some of our penetration. Those are big plays.
And talk to me about how Shakira Austin managed to elevate herself to being a more useful inside presence by the time you get to not just the last 4 games, but playoffs.
It's called practice every day. She's gotten, she spends extra time with one of the coaches after practice, working on some of the things you saw tonight on her little turnaround around the basket. She's been working on her shooting form every single day, and, it's starting to pay off. That baseline jump shot she made in front of our bench, I don't know, I saw her do it in college, but it's not a normal thing for her, but she's getting the confidence because repetition gives you confidence.
Appreciate the insight. Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Coach, all set. Appreciate you.
Parks win, Mike. Natasha, what's to say about y'all? The bounce back from an ugly first quarter. First quarter, not the best first quarter, and come back and put together those 3 quarters that you have and sweep a damn good Vegas team.
I think it speaks a lot to our relentlessness, our poise, our growth as a team, and our belief in each other. I shot the ball like shit in the first quarter. At one point, I hit the side of the backboard on 3, and the fact that my teammates picked me up, it was a constant. Shakira stepped up huge for us today for the entirety of the game and really just set the tone. And then Myisha made a huge just spurge of energy when she came in the second half. And, there's going to be nights where some of us aren't shooting the ball well. But like AC said, we got to find other ways in which we can impact the game. And I think for a lot of us, it starts on the defensive end and allowing our defense to bring our offense. But we're starting to gel and we're starting to click and we're starting to get really fucking scary and we're peaking at the right time. And we knew that this was going to happen. We knew if we just stayed and stuck to our plan and the process that this is where we're going to be. So we're just trying to finish out the season strong and prepare ourselves for playoffs.
I just said you were pretty frustrated after that first quarter. How did you approach the rest of the game mentally, just not to let that drag you down the rest and be able to kind of put it behind you?
I still got to shoot the ball. They're leaving me open to go double off the lane. I still got to shoot with confidence. Statistically, at some point, these things going to fall, okay? And I'm putting in the work. I'm getting shots up. So, and again, when you have your teammates that are just constantly pushing belief into you, makes the world of a difference into your confidence stepping into that next shot.
And one more from me, Shakira. 8 and 1s today.
Hey,
8 and 1.
Yo,
No, you had
At least 3.
I should have been like 6.
5.
I'm gonna lie.
5. You had like 5, bro.
I do.
Yeah.
It'd be like that.
Battling the former MVP, looked like you're super aggressive out of the gate. What was just how did you want to approach tonight and what worked so well?
I mean, I was in here early as heck. The earliest I've been in here this whole season. And, I think that just showed from the warm-ups and then starting with the game. I came out aggressive, was just making the right cuts and just finishing layups that I've been probably missing the past couple of days. So, I was just the emphasis on finishing today.
Like I said, practice is starting to show through. Have you been doing anything extra or anything specific that you feel is starting to show up on game day?
This girl be working her ass off. Another phone. Go ahead.
I think honestly, just being able to practice at like full intensity has changed. At one point in the season, we weren't having any practices, so being able to come out and basically let it out all on the floor. When practice will helps me translate in the game. So just maintaining, staying in the gym, and staying with my coaches and getting on top of stuff. So.
Thanks. I'll shut up here.
Natasha, you said your shot has to fall at some point, but in the meantime, you've been dishing out assists like candy this weekend and into tonight.
I got shooters around me.
Well, congrats on 1,000.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you? We obviously saw your reaction, pregame, but how is that for you hitting that milestone?
Myisha actually said something the other night, and I never thought about it before because I was hyping her up about her 1,000th point. And what she said to me is, mine comes in twos and threes.
Oh, yeah.
Yours comes in ones. But it's a true blessing. All honor and glory to God. This is a true blessing to be able to wear DC across my chest for the last 7 years and spend majority of my career here. The only place that I've been. But to do it here is just so much more special to me because it's the only team that believed in me, believed in my potential and what I could be as a point guard for this team and this organization and this city. So I'm extremely blessed. I love this city. I love this organization. And I've said it many times before. I want to start here. I want to finish here too.
Sorry, Myisha, coming to you.
Yo.
Jen.
I know you.
1,000 of them.
I just wanted to ask you, we've talked about how when things are going well for you, you're being decisive. How do you feel like you were in terms of decisiveness?
Today, the second half, I was just going. Asia wasn't guarding me. So I'm going to shoot the ball. I'm going to continue to shoot the ball. Yeah. And, get my teammates involved too, because that's what I'm good at. Not only me scoring, but being able to get my teammates involved.
Talk that shit.
So yeah, that's what happened in the second half. So I was being super aggressive and decisive in that second half.
And
it's what you do.
And just Myisha and how does it feel
together.
Are both in a groove at the same time? Like, how does that open up space for you guys, or how is it to kind of play off each other when you're both hitting?
Scary.
That's really be scary, bro. Just being in a game and just knowing what we're capable of, and knowing it's about that time of the season. I know I'd be excited just getting, feeding off the energy of each other and just the whole team right now. Like Tosh said, we starting to click, so shit getting scary.
They some dogs.
That's another fine.
Y'all find me for every other thing, so take my little rookie money.
Another thing they gonna get you.
Kathy. All right, go ahead. Just give me out the
you guys with the score, but tonight on the night when Coach Bidovich was feeling a little tired, you guys sort of picked the pace. What does that say about you guys to be able to pick a lineup on nights when she's not feeling it, and you guys carry the scoring load?
I can answer that. That's why we brought these two in. That's why we signed her to an extension. That's why we switched up our picks to bring Shakira in. And they are owning that. And any given night, doesn't matter if Elena's on or off, if she's in the game or not. Everyone's ready. Everyone's ready to produce, and everybody eats on this team. It's not centered around one person. And I think Elena needs a lot of credit too, a lot of testaments, because I don't know a lot of other franchise and star players that would take that role as a decoy on the offensive end and give herself up to get her teammates open shots. So when you have your franchise player being selfless like that, it trickles down. And how can we be selfish in any sense if that's our franchise player? And so it just speaks to our culture, it speaks to our locker room, and it just speaks to the versatility and depth that we have on this team.
Nice. Seemed like Kelsey Plum, straight up not having a good time. Were you happy with the shot selection you forced them into? And
absolutely,
it's a team defensive effort, but you 3 guards really held them down.
Yeah, I mean, people don't want to play against us. It's not just us guards; it's all 5 of us. We're second in defense. Our goal is to get to first by the end of the season, and again, that's something that we've harped on, that we can be the best defensive team in this league. And I think, especially early on when our offense wasn't clicking, we really did have to depend on the defensive end. And that's carrying over now. Our offense is starting to click like we knew it would. So every night that guards come in, posts come in, they're going to have a hell of a night playing against us.
Thank you. Had a big game tonight. You were able to essentially sweep the Vegas Aces and hold them to 73 points.
Mhm.
You talked about having that dog mentality, championship experience with the defense. What is this winning season victory over them say about this Memphis team?
We're scary. We're going to keep saying it again. We're clicking at the right time. All the pieces are kind of being put to the puzzle, and we are preparing for playoffs. Yeah, we have a few games left in the season. We're taking it one by one, but our goal is to get better each and every single game so that when there's playoffs and that series comes around, we're ready and there's no rust, there's no hesitation, there's no indecisiveness. Like we're owning who we are, and we're going to be prepared for that moment.
And also, I kind of got to watch you as the crowd was screaming, Rui, Rui, Rui.
I love it.
You can kind of want to get back to that. How cool.
Rui! Oh,
And,
yes, me.
Pre-game, Shakira, Becky Hammond was just raving about you. She talked about your development, your aggressiveness. You came out aggressive tonight. How has it been a blessing to kind of fall to the Mystics and have to be able to develop as you have so far?
Well, I love it here. Okay. But no, seriously, like I think this was from day one the best opportunity for me. I knew this was a championship level team, and I mean, for them to trust me with a role like I have, just felt great. Even though we went through ups and downs throughout the season, we stay true. We're capable of. It's easy to just do what you're supposed to do. A lot of people might have a lot of outside talk, but I think everybody on the team knows we're capable of. So that's why it's easy, like I said.
And then they lead the league in scoring, but again, you have the 73 points. What makes it so, I guess, difficult kind of containing a team like the Aces?
They just have a lot of weapons. They from the PG to MVPs. I think we just had to stick to our principles. We had to really just over communicate a lot, especially in transition. But I mean, a team like that is, definitely a threat on the offensive end from all positions. So we just really had to find some grit and really dig it out.
I lied. I got one more. Kara,
Mhm.
you paying attention to rookie year stuff? Do you think about it at all? Is it?
I mean, I should be rookie of the year, like Karen. Yeah, but I don't look around thinking about it.
Put it in
Yeah.
chat.
She on the winning
Right.
team,
Yeah.
too. She on the
Nothing
winning
else
team,
talking about
too.
winning team, and we're going to win a chip. So, it's me.
I love this crowd.
We're entertaining, aren't we?
Yeah, we done.
They ain't asked
Oh.
yet.
All right, yeah, we'll take one from Zoom from Christos.
Can you hear
Christos,
me?
yeah, we got you.
Congratulations on the win, first of all, and the performance as well. Myisha, question for you first.
Yeah. Oh, now I know you heard. Oh my God, Christos.
Well, the atmosphere around the team and the chemistry that you built with your teammates, how helped you to take wins like this?
Chemistry around the team,
Yes.
it's great. We're
brothers.
Yeah, we're brothers.
Yeah.
We're singing.
Damn, y'all was gonna include me in it.
Damn. It was like a triangle.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the chemistry is great on the team, and I mean, like they both said, we're clicking at the right time, and we want to peak at the right time for this playoff run that we're about to make. So yeah,
Talk
chemistry
about it.
great. I think
And
that was the answer to your question.
Natasha, question for you. How enjoy to lead this team and having those teammates like Myisha, Shakira, Elena to pass the ball at the right time? How enjoy to be the leader in this team and be the floor general?
He said my name. He did say your name.
How
He
you
did
feel
say
to pass the
both of
ball?
your names. I know. Shoot,
I'm right here.
you got 1,000 points. That means you added to my assist. So
I gave you the 1,000.
Okay, period. It was. No, but it's been a true blessing. I think Shakira touched on it too. When I was drafted here to be able to play for the winningest coach in the WNBA, to be able to bring him his first championship, to be able to kind of get the green light and the keys to the car, in a sense, he's given it to me. And I've worked my ass off for it. I've gone through growing pains, but it's a blessing to be able to play with the players that I do every single night. And I don't ever take that for granted. Playing with Myisha, who came in, still my rookie. She's a little bit older now. And then to play with a talent like Shakira, who hasn't even began to scratch the surface of her potential. It makes my job a lot easier every night. And then you're talking about the best player in the world in Elaine Adeladon. Like, people dream of playing with players that I'm surrounded by, and to continue to learn from each other, continue to challenge each other, and to continue to just enjoy being around each other. Like annoying Myisha, who's unraveling her ice right now.
It's leaking. It's leaking. I have to take it
But it's
off.
been a blessing.
And one last question, Shakira.
Yeah.
I know you are in your rookie season, but do you feel like a rookie anymore?
No.
She a pre-sophomore.
No. I mean, I feel like the baby of the team, yes, but no, I don't feel like a rookie. Besides the refs
Rookie
not
to the
calling anything from me, nah, I don't feel like a rookie.
That's another fine.
Thank you very much.
Can you delete this, please?
Don't post this
All right.
nowhere. Delete it. Okay.
All right, we're all set. Appreciate the time.
Thank y'all.
Y'all just